Welcome to Midnight Physicist. There is a clock in your room. It's the kind of clock you've always known, the kind that marks time without much thought, a silent observer in the background of your life. You don't notice it often, perhaps only when you wake up or glance at it while getting ready for the day. But tonight, as you lie comfortably in bed, wrapped in the warmth of soft blankets, something is different. The clock seems to have changed, or perhaps it's you who has changed. The room is quiet, with only the soft hum of the night filling the air. It's a peaceful silence, one that holds no pressure. The gentle rustle of the sheets beneath you, the faint whisper of the wind outside, and, of course, the steady ticking of the clock. Tick, tick, tick. It's rhythmic, almost like a heartbeat. And for a moment, you find yourself focused entirely on that sound. It feels closer, more present than usual, as though the clock is calling out to you from some distant place. You lie still, listening. The tick is calm, deliberate, each second following the last with perfect consistency. And yet there's something strange about it tonight. It's almost as though, for the first time, you are hearing it clearly. It's no longer just the background noise of your day-to-day life, but something that feels more alive, more intimate. You close your eyes and let the sound wash over you. The tick-tock becomes the center of your attention, and soon everything else in the room fades away. But then something shifts. The tick doesn't seem to be moving quite as it should at first. You think it's your imagination, the tiredness creeping into your mind, making you hear things differently. But no, there it is again, the tick, just a moment longer than usual. Then the next, one tick, tick. The beat of time seems to linger, just a fraction longer, as though the clock itself is slowing down. You open your eyes, unsure if you've dreamt it or if it's truly happening. The clock on the wall ticks again, and you listen carefully. Tick, tick. It's almost imperceptible, but it's there. The second hand has slowed, just enough for you to notice. A tiny pause between the ticks, as though time itself is taking a breath. How could this be? You've watched clocks your whole life, and they never behave like this. They always tick steadily, keeping time as it passes by. But tonight, the clock seems to have forgotten that rhythm. Time is stretching, elongating, bending in a way that feels both foreign and familiar at the same time. You wonder, for a moment, if you're just too tired. The world is moving too fast in your mind. But no, the clock, it really has slowed down. In the stillness of the room, you begin to imagine, what if time could stop? What if, for just a moment, it could stand still? What would it feel like to not be governed by the relentless ticking of a clock, by the constant passage of minutes, hours, and days? What would it mean to step outside of that stream of time, to pause, to hesitate? You take a slow breath, feeling the weight of your thoughts. Time is something we often take for granted, something we trust to carry us forward, without ever questioning it. It's always there, ticking away in the background of our lives. But what if, in this quiet, peaceful night, time itself is asking us to pause, to reconsider its passage? As you lie in the bed, your gaze never leaves the clock. Tick. The second hand, once a steady pulse, now seems to be breathing with you. It slows down, just enough to make you feel like you're watching something important, something rare. The air around you thickens, and the room feels warmer, more enclosed. as though you are entering a new space, one where time is not as fixed as you once thought. The soft rustle of the sheets beneath you seems to echo the slowing of the clock. You close your eyes again, imagining the world outside your room, the city, the world, the endless march of time. What would it be like if everything just paused? The people, the cars, the voices, everything in the world slowing to a halt. Just for a moment, you drift further into this thought. It's almost a dream now, isn't it? You're no longer simply thinking about time, but you're in it. You feel the weight of the seconds, stretching out like soft tendrils, pulling away from their usual march. Tick, tick, It's slow, soft, almost like a whisper. Now, an invitation, a beckoning to slow down, to take a breath, to let go. The room is still, almost unnaturally so. Your own breath deepens, slow and steady. You're no longer concerned with the minutes ticking by. You've stepped outside of them, and then, as if answering the call of the clock, you begin to feel a strange peace. Time does not seem like an enemy anymore, but rather a companion, moving with you, breathing alongside you. You are no longer in a hurry. You are no longer rushing from one moment to the next. The world outside your room may be moving at its usual pace, but here, in this small, quiet space, time has slowed. It's a secret you share with the clock, with the room, with yourself. You feel a wave of calm wash over you, a stillness you haven't felt in a long time. And the clock's tick is no longer just a sound. It's a presence, a soft reminder that time, like everything else in the universe, is not as rigid as we once thought. As you lie there, listening to the tick of the clock, you begin to wonder, could it be that the clock is showing you something more? Could it be that time doesn't have to be something we fight against, but something we can feel in our bones, something we can dance with when we give it the chance? The clock ticks again, and this time it feels like a lullaby, soft and comforting. The world outside remains the same, but here, in the room, time is gentle, it is kind, and it is patient. As you lie in the soft darkness, with the clock ticking quietly beside you, something strange begins to happen. The world outside your window seems distant, even though it's only a few feet away. The sounds of the night-distant cars, a soft breeze rustling the leaves outside feel muted, as if the very air around you is thickening. It's almost as though the world has wrapped itself in a blanket, and only you and the clock are awake, alive, and aware of the slowing passage of time. You begin to wonder about all the moments that have come before this one. The tick of the clock has always been there, marking the beginning and end of every minute, every second. It's been there when you woke up, when you worked, when you ate, when you laughed, and even when you cried. And yet, tonight, it feels as though time itself is no longer something you just live through, but something you can experience, slowly, gently, in a way that feels utterly new. You let your mind wander. The idea of time, of its relentless ticking, always seemed like a constant force, like a river that carried you forward whether you were ready or not. But tonight, it's different. The river feels still, its current barely moving. You imagine, just for a moment, what it would be like to float on that river, to feel no urgency, no pressure. What if time were not something that pulled you forward, but something that wrapped around you like a warm embrace, pulling you into the present rather than pushing you toward the future? You think of all the moments you've rushed through, deadlines, hurrying to meetings, rushing to finish a task. You think of all the times you've wished for time to move faster. And now, in this quiet moment, with the clock's soft tick marking the slow passage of seconds, you realize something. Time has never been something to rush. It's never been the enemy. It's always been here, stretching, breathing, waiting, for you to slow down and truly notice it. The second hand on the clock moves again, but this time it feels like more than just a mechanical motion. It feels like a deep, intentional stretch, like time itself is pausing to consider its own nature. It seems to hesitate for just a heartbeat longer before moving again, as though giving you the space to catch up, to be present in the moment. You begin to think of how the world has taught you to see time. It's always been something to manage, to control, to measure. But in this moment, you realize that the very act of controlling time may be what takes away its beauty. Time is not a force to be tamed or manipulated, but a flow to be felt. It moves at its own pace, whether we are ready or not. And right now, in the soft ticking of the clock, it's moving at the pace that feels just right. You close your eyes again, sinking deeper into the comfort of your bed. The tick of the clock fills the space, but it's no longer just a sound. It's a reminder that time, when you let go of the need to rush, can be incredibly gentle. It can feel like an old friend, steady and true, offering you all the space you need to just be. And in that moment, you realize something profound. The clock isn't just hesitating, it's teaching you something. It's showing you that you don't need to run from moment to moment, hour to hour, chasing after the next thing. All that you need is already here, in the soft stretch of the seconds, in the rhythm of the ticking. You don't need to hurry, because time will wait for you. It will always be there, moving slowly, gently, until you're ready to move with it. The more you think about it, the more you begin to feel it, this soft, stretching quality of time. It's like a warm bath, soaking through you, loosening the tension in your body, in your mind. Time is no longer a hard, cold structure. It's become something pliable, something that bends with you, stretches with you, allows you to move in rhythm with it. Tick, tick. The clock moves again, but this time it feels like a gentle nudge, a quiet whisper to remind you that time, just like the world around you, moves at its own pace. There's no need to rush. There's no need to feel anxious or worried about the future. Time is here, right now, and it is moving slowly, peacefully, gently. You think about how often you've looked at the clock, counting the minutes, wondering when the day will end or when the next event will begin. But tonight, you realize you don't need to look at the clock at all. You don't need to measure time in minutes or hours. All you need is to feel the moment, to be fully present with the soft tick of the clock, with the slow rhythm of your breath. And so, as the minutes stretch on, you allow yourself to simply be. The clock ticks on steadily, without hurry, without force. It's not trying to get anywhere. It's just moving, just existing, just like you. The night stretches on, and in this stillness, in this gentle pause, you realize that the world doesn't need to rush, and neither do you. The clock continues its quiet song, tick, 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 each second stretching out just a little longer than the last. And as you breathe in time, you begin to feel a profound peace settle over you. It's as if you've come to an understanding with time itself. You've stopped fighting it, stopped trying to outrun it. Instead, you've learned to move with it, to embrace its slow, steady rhythm. And in that acceptance, in that peaceful surrender to the moment, the world outside fades further away. The clock is no longer a ticking machine. It is a heartbeat, a soft pulse that carries you deeper into the quiet, deeper into the stillness of the night. The seconds stretch longer, now pulling gently at the fabric of the universe. You can almost feel it, the way the world seems to expand just a little bit more with every soft tick of the clock. The room feels bigger, as if it's opening up, and you, lying there, are at the center of it all. You breathe in, deep and slow, as if the air itself is caught in this moment, suspended between each heartbeat. Time is not rushing toward the next thing. It is holding you, carrying you through the night, letting you simply exist. The clock's tick-tock now feels less like a sound and more like a presence, a gentle vibration that connects you to the room, to the world, to everything around you. The second hand moves with a delicate grace, stretching, pausing, almost as if it is waiting for you to catch up. But there's no rush, there's no need to hurry. For the first time in what feels like ages, you allow yourself to let go of that nagging feeling that you must be doing something, that you must be moving toward something. You let your mind wander, and in that soft space between thoughts, you start to consider the bigger picture, the universe itself, stretching out into infinity. What if, just like the clock, the universe has its own rhythm, its own way of moving, stretching, slowing down? What if time, in its endless march, isn't something that just moves forward, but something that bends and shifts and pauses, like the gentle tick of the clock? The idea is so soft, so comforting, that it lingers with you like a warm breeze. You picture the stars, the galaxies spinning slowly, the vastness of the cosmos expanding in all directions. And yet, in this quiet moment, it feels as if the entire universe is holding its breath. The stars twinkle softly, the galaxies swirl in a slow, graceful dance, and time itself seems to pause at the edge of infinity. You begin to imagine that the universe is like the clock on your wallet's own kind of heartbeat, ticking steadily, but with pauses, with stretches, with moments of hesitation. The vastness of space, with its stars and planets, doesn't follow the rigid structure of time that we are so familiar with. It flows, gently and purposefully, in a way that is entirely different from our human understanding of minutes and hours. Perhaps, just like the clock, the universe itself takes moments to pause and catch its breath. In the quiet of your room, you realize that time does not have to be something that carries you away from the present. It does not have to be a force that pushes you toward the future, making you anxious, making you rush. Instead, time can be a quiet companion, one that moves with you, one that pauses with you, and one that invites you to stop and notice the beauty in the stillness you feel. Your body relaxes even more into the bed, as if time is gently cradling you, wrapping you up in its embrace. The clock's ticking is now soft, almost like a lullaby, and you realize that this pause, this stretch of time, is where the magic happens. It's in the slowing down, the hesitation, the gentle breath between seconds that you find the space to be fully alive, fully present. There is a beauty in this stillness, a beauty that is often overlooked in the rush of daily life. We spend so much time looking ahead, chasing after the next moment, the next task, the next goal. But in this quiet pause, you see that all of that is not as important as simply being here, in this moment, with the clock, with the soft ticks, with the gentle rhythm of your own breath. You think back to the moments you've rushed through in your life, the deadlines, the meetings, the constant pressure to move faster, to do more, to accomplish more. You think about how often you've wished for more time, how often you've felt that there's never enough. But now, lying here, listening to the clock, you realize that the real gift is not in having more time, it's in how you spend the time you have. It's in allowing yourself to slow down, to let go of the need to constantly chase after something, and to simply be. You close your eyes again, letting the sound of the clock fill the space around you. Tick, tick. Each sound is like a gentle pulse, like a heartbeat that is steady, sure, and full of life. And in that heartbeat, you realize that time is not something you have to fight against. It is not something you need to rush or control. It is something you can move with, something you can dance with. If only you allow yourself to be in the moment. As the clock continues its steady tick-tock, you feel the weight of the day fall away. The pressures, the worries, the things you've left undone, they all fade into the background, as if they have no power here. Here, in this moment, there is only the clock, the soft tick of time stretching into eternity, and you, lying peacefully, breathing in the stillness. Time is no longer a thing to be measured or fought against. It is simply there, moving at its own pace, stretching, slowing, hesitating when it needs to. And as you lie there, in the quiet of your room, you realize that in this moment, in the gentle tick of the clock, you are not just experiencing time, you are part of it. You are part of the pause, part of the stillness, part of the infinite stretch of the universe. The tick of the clock, soft and steady, continues, and you begin to drift even further into the quiet, letting the slow, gentle rhythm of time carry you deeper into rest. Each second that passes now feels like a soft sigh, a moment of release, and you allow yourself to fall into it. There is no rush, there is no hurry. There is only the quiet, gentle passage of time, and you are here, present, with it, feeling its slow, peaceful flow. Imagine, just for a moment, that you are no longer lying in your cozy bed, tucked under warm blankets. Instead, you find yourself suspended in the cool vastness of space, weightless and free, floating gently among the stars. The universe stretches out endlessly before you, a cosmic canvas of glowing lights and swirling nebulas, distant yet intimate. Every point of light you see is ancient, its rays having traveled across unimaginable distances to reach your eyes. Time itself seems too slow, as if the very fabric of reality is bending around you. You feel a gentle pull, an invisible force drawing you toward something. It is not heavy or urgent, but it is a force that calls to you, inviting you to follow. And so you do. With no effort, no struggle, you begin to move, slowly at first, then faster, your body floating effortlessly along an unseen path. It is the light that beckons you, the light of distant stars, the light of galaxies far beyond your reach, and yet you find yourself moving with it. You are riding on a beam of light. At first, it is almost imperceptible, this motion, a subtle shift, like the softest breeze lifting you ever so gently. But as you focus, you begin to realize how fast you are moving. You are traveling at the speed of light, faster than anything in the universe, faster than anything you've ever imagined. And yet, as you speed through the cosmos, there is no rush, no urgency, just the steady, gentle pull of the light guiding you forward. The light surrounding you is warm, not blinding, but soft and steady, like a quiet embrace. It feels as though you are a part of it, moving with it, flowing alongside it. You look around and see the stars stretching across the infinite sky. Some are close, their light sharp and bright, while others are far away, their light softened by distance, their glow muted and distant. But all of them, every single one, seems to be moving with you, as though the entire universe is in sync with your journey. The light, the stars, the galaxies all are part of this journey, part of this incredible ride through the vastness of space. As you move, you begin to feel the passage of time differently. It's not like the ticking of a clock, the measured beat of seconds and minutes. The faster you move, the more you feel time stretching, bending, loosening its grip on reality. The seconds begin to lose their sharp edges, merging into something softer, slower. Time, like everything else in this place, seems to become more fluid, more flexible, as if it, too, is part of the great dance of the universe. You wonder how long it's been since you first began this journey. It doesn't seem to matter. There is no clock here, no hands measuring the moments. The idea of minutes or hours feels distant, as though it belongs to another world, one that you've left far behind. Here, in the space between the stars, time is not something that can be measured or controlled. It simply is flowing around you, stretching with every move you make. The more you move with the light, the more you begin to feel its rhythm. It is a quiet, steady pulse, like the heartbeat of the universe. It is not frantic, not hurried, but gentle, unhurried. There is no rush to reach the end, no destination to arrive at. The journey itself is the destination. You are moving through time, through space, through a world where nothing needs to be done but to simply be. You drift through the endless sea of stars, your thoughts flowing as freely as the light itself. You realize that, in this place, everything is connected. The light you ride on is the same light that reaches the stars, the same light that fills the night sky with its glow. It is the same light that has traveled for billions of years, crossing vast distances, untouched by the passage of time. And now, you are moving with it, experiencing time and space in a way that few ever have. You are part of the light, part of the universe, part of something far bigger than you can comprehend. You feel a sense of peace wash over you, a profound stillness that comes from being completely in tune with the rhythm of the universe. There is no hurry, no rush. There is only the movement, the soft pull of the light, the steady passage of time as it flows around you. You are no longer concerned with where you're going or when you will arrive. All that matters is this moment, this peaceful, serene journey through the cosmos. As you ride on the beam of light, as you move faster, you begin to notice the way the light around you shifts. It changes color, moving through shades of blue, violet, and gold. The stars blur into streaks of light, their edges softening as you travel faster and faster. The universe itself seems to bend, to stretch, as though it is pulling you deeper into the heart of time. And yet, with every moment that passes, you feel no fear, no anxiety. There is no need to rush. There is only the feeling of being carried along, of moving with the light through time, through space, through the endless flow of the universe. You wonder, as you ride the light, what it would be like to stop, to stand still and watch the universe continue its endless dance, its endless flow of light and time. But even as you think this, you realize that there is no need to stop. There is no need to reach the end of the journey. For the journey itself, this peaceful movement through the cosmos, is enough. The stars, the light, the time, all of it, is a part of this journey, a part of the infinite dance that stretches across the universe. You begin to understand, in a way that words cannot fully capture, that time is not something to be feared or fought against. It is not something to be measured, controlled, or conquered. Time is a companion, a soft, steady presence that moves with you, flows with you, as you drift through the universe. It is as constant as the stars, as gentle as the light itself. And as you continue on your journey, you realize that there is no need to rush. There is no need to move faster, to push forward. All that matters is the journey itself, the quiet, peaceful ride on the beam of light. And so you drift. You move through the stars, through time, through the vastness of space, and you realize that, in this moment, you are exactly where you are meant to be. You are part of the universe, part of the light, part of the gentle flow of time. There is no past, no future, only this moment. And in this moment, everything is as it should be. Time and light move with you, guiding you, carrying you on a journey that has no end, only endless wonder. As you float on the beam of light, you feel a sense of calm settle over you, like a gentle wave of peace. The stars flicker softly, the light pulses steady and sure, and you realize that there is nothing more to do, nothing more to achieve. All that is required is this moment, this gentle movement through the cosmos, this peaceful journey that has no destination but simply is. And with that realization, you begin to relax even further, sinking into the comfort of the light, riding alongside the beams of light as they carry you through the infinite universe. You find yourself in a quiet room, the kind of silence that feels soft and deep, like it's wrapped around you, hugging you into the present moment. The room is dim, bathed in the faint glow of moonlight filtering in through the window. Outside, the world continues, moving and shifting with the usual rhythm of life. But in this room, in this space, everything feels still, like the world is holding its breath. And then, the sound you were waiting for, the heartbeat of the world, fills the air. Tick. The sound of a clock, steady and constant, marks the time. But this time, it feels different. It's subtle, barely noticeable at first, but you can feel it deep inside. The seconds are no longer just passing. They're stretching, lingering, and with each one, the world around you seems to pause, to settle even deeper into a quiet stillness. As the tick repeats, you begin to wonder what happens if time itself stops rushing forward. What if, just for a moment, the seconds stretch into eternity, and the world, in its movement, slows down to a halt? You picture the clock, the second hand moving, yes, but so slowly, like it is taking a breath, pausing to appreciate the quiet before it moves. Again. Tick, tick. The clock isn't simply keeping time. It is becoming time, stretching its rhythm to match the calm of the room. Each tick becomes a soft sigh, a small act of release, that you close your eyes, and for a moment, it's as though you, too, are slowing down. Your breath deepens, slowing with the clock. The air around you feels thick, like it's suspended in time, and with each breath, you feel yourself slipping further into the rhythm of the moment. There's no rush, no need to hurry, just the gentle passage of time, slow and deliberate, like an unfolding story where each word is savored before being spoken. The seconds continue to stretch, one after another, each tick a little longer than the last. The room feels wider now, as if the stretching of time is opening up space, expanding the moment into something vast, something infinite. You are no longer confined to the tick-tock of a clock. You are floating inside the very fabric of time, moving in slow motion, each second unfolding before you like a delicate petal. You imagine, just for a moment, that you are inside the clock, moving along with the second hand, feeling its gentle motion. Tick, each second becomes a part of you, part of the air around you, part of the pulse of the universe. You are inside it, moving with it, riding on the soft rhythm of time as it stretches out before you. The world outside may be rushing, but here, in this moment, you have stepped outside of that rush. You have entered a space where time can stretch and bend, where the minutes don't hold sway, and the seconds can linger like warm breaths, to feel a deep sense of peace. There is no pressure, no urgency. The world is still. The clock ticks, yes, but it is not counting down, not measuring your progress. It is simply being. It is simply existing in this moment, a quiet companion, marking the passage of time not by its speed, but by its presence. And in that presence, you find a comfort you hadn't known you were seeking. The room is quiet, the air still, and time stretches out, endlessly, peacefully, inviting you to be a part of it. With each slow tick, you feel yourself sinking deeper into the moment. Your thoughts quieten, the noise of the world fading away. The ticking clock is no longer an external sound, but a part of you, moving in tune with your own breath. Tick, tick, it's almost hypnotic now. The rhythm of time syncing with the rhythm of your body. Each second feels like a soft wave, flowing gently over you, carrying you further away from the worries and concerns of the day. You drift into the quiet stretch of time, and for a moment, you can almost feel what it would be like to live outside of time altogether. What would it be like to simply exist in this moment, with no future to anticipate, no past to regret, only the stillness of the present? The seconds continue to stretch, and you find that you don't need to think about anything. You don't need to do anything. You are here, in this space, moving with time, breathing with it, stretching with it. The clock's tick is now barely a whisper. The seconds stretching like soft threads of light in the quiet of the room. The air feels thick, heavy with the stillness, and you allow yourself to fall deeper into it. There's no need to rush. There's no need to check the clock. No need to wonder how much time has passed. You are part of it now, part of the flow, part of the quiet unfolding of the universe. You imagine the world outside the rush of people, the ticking of clocks, the constant push forward. But here, in this room, none of that exists. There are no deadlines. There is no hurry. Feels like a gift, a precious pause in the endless flow of time. As the seconds continue to stretch and stretch, you realize that you are not bound by time anymore. You are not a prisoner of the clock. You have stepped outside of its rigid structure and into a space where time is no longer a measurement, but a feeling. It is soft, it is gentle, and it is always with you. And in this moment, you understand that you do not need to race against time. Time, in all its vastness, is here for you to enjoy, to experience, to live with. It is not something to fear. It is something to savor. Tick, tick. The sound continues. But now it is not a countdown. It is a song. It is a lullaby. It is the rhythm of the universe, slow and steady, as it cradles you in the quiet, stretching seconds that seem to stretch forever. You breathe deeply, feeling the peace that comes with the slowing of time. And with each breath, with each stretch of time, you feel yourself drifting deeper into a world where the seconds are endless, the moments are eternal, and the present is all that matters. As you close your eyes once more, the world around you fades, leaving only the soft glow of a distant lantern. It flickers in the darkness, casting its warm light against the shadows, illuminating a path you can only see if you are still, if you are quiet enough to let it guide you. The air is cool now, not cold, but cool in the way the night air has a way of settling in, pulling everything into a gentle calm. You feel it too, the way the world seems to exhale with you, as if the very universe is breathing at your side. There, in the distance, just beyond the reach of your thoughts, you begin to see them, the lanterns of forgotten dreams. They glow faintly in the dark, floating on soft breezes, their light soft and trembling like the memories they hold. You reach for one, your fingers brushing against its light, and for a moment it flickers brighter, almost as if it recognizes you. But then, as dreams do, it fades away, swallowed by the night. These are not the dreams of today or tomorrow. These are the dreams you've forgotten, the ones you left behind in the rush of waking life, tucked away like old letters in the back of a drawer. Yet, here they are, hanging in the night like delicate lanterns, still glowing with the faint light of something once held dear, now soft and distant. The lanterns drift gently, floating with the stillness of the night, carrying with them the quiet whispers of things you've forgotten, things you thought were lost. You wonder why they have come tonight, these forgotten dreams, these lingering thoughts that seem to have no purpose other than to be seen, to be noticed, to be remembered. It is as if the night has called them back, as if the very act of slowing down, of letting go, has made space for them to return. You close your eyes again, and when you do, you can almost hear the soft rustle of these dreams, moving with the quiet rhythm of the world. Some of these dreams are hazy, like distant memories, barely there, but still present enough to stir something deep inside. Others are clear, vivid, like they've been waiting to be seen again. You reach out, and this time, one of the lanterns lingers. It hovers just in front of you, its soft glow lighting the darkness with the gentle warmth of something familiar. It's a dream, you realize, one you had once forgotten perhaps when you were younger, or perhaps only last year, a dream that slipped from your mind as time marched on. But tonight, in the quiet of the night, the dream returns. It feels like an old friend, a companion that you once held close but had since let go of. It's not sharp or urgent, but comforting, like a soft touch on your hand. The glow of the lantern seems to pulse with a quiet rhythm, and you feel yourself sinking into it, not with haste, but with a gentle surrender, allowing the dream to wrap itself around you. You don't try to remember it. You don't try to control it. You simply let it be. Let it exist beside you as it once did, as the lanterns of forgotten dreams continue to drift by. You notice something else's sense of peace, of calm, that comes with remembering. It is not a loud, overwhelming wave of recognition. It is a quiet, tender wave, a wave that washes over you without urgency, without need. It is simply the recognition that dreams, even forgotten ones, are part of who we are. They are like gentle whispers of what could have been, what we once hoped for, what we once longed for. And just as easily as they drift in, they fade again, leaving only the softest echo behind. You think about how often we forget our dreams, how we let them slip away in the rush of waking life. We push them aside, thinking they are unimportant, insignificant. But these forgotten dreams, these lanterns that drift in the dark, they remind us that every dream, no matter how small or fleeting, carries a piece of who we are. They are not to be discarded, not to be ignored. They are the soft, glowing fragments of our hearts, our minds, our souls, that continue to flicker long after we've stopped paying attention to them. The more you watch the lanterns, the more you begin to see them for what they are: gentle symbols of the past, of all the things you've hoped for and wished for. They glow quietly in the dark, lighting a path that leads nowhere, but also leads everywhere. They are not bound by time or space. These dreams, they float freely, unhurried, unbound, reminding you that dreams are not meant to be grasped, but simply to be appreciated, to be felt, to be allowed to exist in their own time. And as you watch, one of the lanterns drifts closer. This time, it doesn't flicker and fade, it stays. Its soft glow fills the space around you, casting gentle shadows that dance on the walls of your mind. You don't chase it. You don't try to hold on to it. You simply allow it to be there, to be seen, to be part of you. The dream is here again, not demanding anything, not asking for anything, but simply offering its quiet presence, offering you its soft light. You realize that just as the light of these lanterns fades and reappears, so do the dreams. Some will come back to you, some will fade away again, but none of them are ever truly lost. They are part of you, part of the fabric of your thoughts, your hopes, your desires. They are like the stars in the sky, sometimes distant, sometimes close, but always there, always waiting for you to look up and remember. And as you lie there, in the stillness of the night, you understand that these forgotten dreams are not a burden. They are not things to regret or mourn. They are simply memories glowing softly in the dark, inviting you to take a moment to remember, to reflect, and to appreciate the quiet beauty of what once was. The lanterns continue to float by, their soft glow fading into the darkness, leaving behind a feeling of peace, of calm, of gentle release. You don't need to hold on to them, for they will always be there, just as the stars are always there waiting, glowing quietly, reminding you of the beauty of the journey, the beauty of the dreams, no matter how forgotten they may be. And as the last lantern drifts away, you feel the quiet embrace of the night around you. Time seems to stretch out, soft and gentle, as you sink deeper into the peace of the moment. There is nothing left to do but rest, nothing left to worry about, the dreams, the lanterns, the soft glow of memories, they are all part of the same beautiful dance of life. And you, in this moment, are simply here, simply being, simply existing in the quiet, the peace, the beauty of it all, of it all. You find yourself standing at the edge of a forest. The trees loom tall and silent, their branches swaying gently in the cool night air. It is the kind of forest that seems to have been here forever, untouched by the haste of the world. The earth beneath your feet is soft, almost spongy, as if it has absorbed every footstep that has ever been taken upon it. The air smells fresh, of damp leaves and rich soil, and for a moment you simply stand there, letting the quiet of the forest settle. Around you, the silence is deep here, a silence that feels like a living thing. It is not the empty, lonely silence of absence, but the full, rich quiet of a place that has lived through centuries of change, of growth and decay, of day and night. There is a peacefulness in it, a quiet that invites you to slow down, to listen more carefully, to feel each moment as it passes. The world outside this forest may be moving quickly, but here time slows. Here there is only the gentle rhythm of nature, the sound of leaves rustling in the wind, and the soft murmur of your own breath. You begin to walk, your feet sinking slightly into the earth with each step. The path is soft, cushioned by fallen leaves and moss, and every footstep feels grounded, connected to the very earth beneath you. With each step, you feel a deeper sense of peace, as if the forest itself is holding you, guiding you through the quiet. There is no hurry here. There is no need to rush. The only thing that matters is the next step, the soft fall of your foot on the ground, the gentle rhythm of your movement as you walk deeper into the forest. The trees around you are tall and ancient, their trunks thick and gnarled, their branches reaching up to the sky like the arms of old friends. You pass through spaces where the light from the moon filters softly through the leaves, casting delicate shadows on the forest floor. It is a tranquil, almost dreamlike scene, as if the world outside has faded away and only this moment remains. You can hear your own breath, the sound of your footsteps on the soft ground, the faint rustle of leaves as you move deeper into the forest. The night is still, the air cool but not cold, and you feel yourself becoming part of it, part of the quiet, part of the rhythm of nature. There is no need for thought here, no need for worry, no need for hurry. Everything in this forest moves at its own pace, and you move with it, your footsteps joining the ancient rhythm of the earth. With every step, you feel the weight of your day lifting from your shoulders, as if the very act of walking through the forest is a kind of release. The forest accepts you as it has accepted so many others, and in its silence you find a deep, peaceful comfort. You walk for what seems like hours, or maybe just moments. Time itself seems to stretch in this quiet place, bending to the will of the forest. The trees grow denser around you, their trunks wider, their branches forming a canopy overhead that filters the moonlight, turning the air beneath the trees into something soft and ethereal. The path becomes less clear now, winding and curving, but you are not lost. You are exactly where you need to be, each step bringing you closer to something deeper, something more peaceful. At times, you stop and listen, letting the silence wash over you. The sound of your footsteps has faded, blending into the quiet hum of the forest. The wind moves through the branches, creating a gentle whisper that echoes in the stillness. The rustle of leaves, the distant call of an owl, the soft creaking of ancient trees, all of it is part of this slow, meditative rhythm that surrounds you. Time here is not measured by minutes or hours, but by the deep, steady pulse of the earth beneath your feet and the quiet song of the trees above you. With each step, you feel your mind slow, your thoughts quieting as you walk deeper into the heart of the forest. The path is no longer a linear journey, but a circular one. It is a journey that takes you deeper into yourself, into the quiet space where there are no answers to find, only the comfort of the journey itself. You don't need to reach the end of the path, for you are already there. The forest has no destination, no final point. It simply is, and so you are as you continue walking. The forest begins to feel even more alive, as though the trees themselves are breathing with you. Their ancient roots stretch deep into the earth, their branches reaching toward the stars, and you, in the middle of it all, are part of the forest's quiet song. There is a harmony in this place, a balance between time and space, between past and future. Here, there is only now, only the soft, steady rhythm of the earth beneath your feet and the sky above. And so, you walk, not in search of anything, but simply to walk, simply to be a part of this quiet, peaceful rhythm. The forest holds you in its embrace, and you move with it, your footsteps echoing softly in the dark. Each step is a release, each breath a reminder that you are part of something larger, something eternal, something that has been here long before you and will remain long after. The path eventually narrows, and you find yourself standing at the edge of a small clearing. The moonlight bathes the area in a soft glow, and the air is still, heavy with peace. You stand there for a moment, looking up at the sky through the canopy of leaves above you. The stars are visible now, scattered across the heavens, distant and ancient, their light having traveled billions of years to reach you. And in that moment, you feel connected, not just to the forest, but to everything that has ever existed, everything that ever will exist. You take one last deep breath, letting the cool night air fill your lungs. And as you exhale, you realize that the journey, this quiet walk through the forest, has been enough. You have found peace, not in a destination, but in the act of walking, in the act of being present. Time no longer matters here. There is no need to rush, no need to worry. The forest, the trees, the stars, they all move at their own pace, and you move with them at peace, in rhythm with the universe. You turn back to the path, your footsteps soft on the earth, and as you walk, you feel the weight of the world slip away. The forest is still with you, the lanterns of forgotten dreams flickering softly in your heart, reminding you that the journey, this quiet, peaceful journey, is all that matters. The path stretches on, but you are not in a hurry. You are simply here, simply walking, simply being. Imagine, just for a moment, that the clock in your room, always there, steady and constant, has lost its hands. No longer does it mark the hours and minutes. No longer does it tick off the seconds with precision. Instead, the face of the clock sits still, blank and bare, with no hands to measure the passing of time. The silence is almost profound, as if the world itself has paused, waiting for something to happen, but nothing does. And for the first time, you realize something very strange. without the hands. The clock no longer controls you. It no longer keeps you bound to the relentless march of minutes, hours, and days. Instead, time becomes something else. Time becomes fluid. At first, there is a strange sensation of loss. Without the clock's hands, how will you know what time it is? How will you measure the passing of the moments? You stand there, watching the blank face of the clock, waiting for the second hand to sweep around, waiting for the tick-tock to fill the space, but it never comes. The room is still, the air is still, and yet everything feels different. There is no tick, there is no talk, only silence, only stillness. You close your eyes for a moment, and in that moment, you feel the weight of the world shift. The constant pressure to be on time, to arrive at this hour, to complete this task by that minute, all of it begins to dissolve. In its place, there is a soft, stretching silence. Without the ticking of the clock, you are free. Free from deadlines. Free from the ticking hands that have always kept you moving forward, that have always driven you to the next moment. For the first time in a long time, you feel what it's like to exist without the pressure of time. No hands on the clock means no more rushing, no more worrying about what comes next. There is no future to chase, no past to regret. There is only the now there, only moment that truly matters. You sit, breathing slowly, letting the room fill with the soft silence that has replaced the clock's ticking. The world outside continues. People are moving. Cars are driving. The sun is rising and setting. But here, in this room, time moves differently. Without the clock's hands, without the ticking second that tells you when the next minute will arrive, time becomes more of a feeling than a measurement. You feel the gentle pulse of it in the air. It's not the ticking of seconds, but a slow, almost imperceptible flow, like the current of a river that doesn't rush, but moves steadily, gently, at its own pace. The silence around you feels expansive, inviting you to stretch into it, to let go of the need to measure the world. You look again at the clock. It is still empty, still handless. But now, instead of feeling lost, you feel free. The clock no longer controls you. The clock no longer dictates when you must wake, when you must go, when you must be somewhere, when you must be doing something. There is no pressure. There is only this soft, flowing moment, stretching endlessly before you. Time is no longer a force that demands your attention. It is something to be felt, something to be experienced, but not something to be chased. And in that stillness, something beautiful happens. You begin to feel the passing of time in a different way. It is no longer marked by the sharp divisions of minutes and hours. It is no longer a constant countdown, a ticking reminder that something must come next. Instead, time becomes part of the rhythm of your breath, part of the beat of your heart, part of the way the world moves around you. There is no future that calls you, no past that holds you, only the present, stretching endlessly in front of you, a wide open space where you are free to simply be, without the clock's hands. You realize how much of your life has been spent chasing after time, racing from one thing to the next, always trying to meet the next deadline, always trying to outrun the ticking second. But now, in this room, you are free from all of that. You are free to simply exist, to be present in the moment. Without the need to rush. The clock, without its hands, becomes a similar reminder that we are more than the sum of our minutes, We are more than the hours that pass. We are not defined by the things we accomplish in a given time frame, but by the way we experience each moment. The world may continue to measure time, but here, in the stillness, you understand that time, when it is allowed to stretch and breathe, becomes something infinitely more peaceful, more gentle. You take another breath, feeling the room around you, feeling the soft silence of it. You realize that the clock's hands were never meant to control you. Time was never meant to be something you race against. It was meant to be something you live with, meant to be something you flow with, as the river flows, as the wind moves through the trees. Time is not something that should create pressure. It should create presence. With the clock without its hands, you begin to understand this truth more deeply. Time is not something to conquer. It is not something to fear. It is something to experience, to breathe in and out, just as you do with the air. It is something that comes naturally, like the rising and setting of the sun, the moon rising full and bright in the night sky, and the stars following their ancient paths across the heavens. In this moment, with the clock's hands missing, you find yourself in perfect harmony with time. There is no rush, there is no hurry. There is only the gentle, steady pulse of the present moment, expanding and stretching before you, giving you all the space you need to breathe, to relax, to be. Time moves at its own pace, and for the first time, you are completely at peace. With it, you close your eyes again, taking one last slow, deep breath. You don't need to know what time it is. You don't need to be anywhere. You don't need to be doing anything. You simply need to exist in this moment, in the soft stillness of time without hands. And in that moment, you find a quiet peace that has always been there, waiting for you to notice it, waiting for you to let go of the need to control the ticking seconds, the minutes that race by. Time is here with you, not as a clock that dictates your every move, but as a soft rhythm, gentle and eternal, that you move with. In the absence of the clock's hands, you are free. You are free. You close your eyes, and in the deep silence of the night, you begin to imagine a world where time doesn't pass in the usual way. In this world, you can stop time. You can freeze it just for a moment, just long enough to breathe, to notice, to truly be. The world around you is still, held in a perfect moment, as if the universe itself has decided to pause, to hold its breath, and wait for you to catch up. At first, it's almost surreal. The clock on the wall, the ticking second hand that has always been there, has gone silent. No tick, no talk, nothing. The room feels frozen, suspended in a perfect balance, as if every single thing around you is held in place, caught in a fleeting moment of perfect stillness. The air doesn't move. The leaves outside don't rustle. The world, for just a second, feels like it's holding its breath, waiting, and for a moment, you feel the freedom that comes with this stillness. There are no thoughts racing through your mind, no sense of urgency, no deadlines pulling at your attention. There is nothing but you and the quiet, the soft embrace of this moment where time does not move forward. You feel the absence of time, the space between one second and the next. It's an emptiness, but a comforting one, a peaceful one. It's as if you've stepped outside of the usual flow, where everything is measured, and entered a place where time is no longer a force to be controlled, but a companion that moves at its own pace. But then, as you breathe in the stillness, you realize something very strange. Time has not truly stopped. You haven't stopped time. Instead, you've become aware of it in a new way. You are experiencing time without the usual markers, without the clock ticking away, without the seconds that divide each moment. And in that awareness, you begin to see that stopping time is an illusion. It is not time itself that stops it, is your perception of it, the way you choose to experience it, that changes. The clock on the wall begins to tick again, slowly, at first, as if it has been holding its breath, just as you have. Tick, tick. But now, it sounds different. It doesn't feel like a countdown. It doesn't feel like the seconds are slipping away, each one rushing to meet the next. Instead, the tick is slower, more deliberate, as if each moment is being savored, each second allowed to unfold at its own pace. You realize that time is not something that needs to be stopped or rushed. It is not something that should be feared or avoided. It is simply a flow, a gentle rhythm that moves with you in its own way. The illusion of stopping time comes from trying to control it, from the need to make it bend to our will. But in this moment, in the stillness, you understand that time does not need to be controlled. It can be felt, experienced, allowed to move as it will, without the pressure of having to make it stop, having to make it fit into the small spaces we leave for it. And so, you let go. You stop fighting against time. You stop trying to pause it, and instead, you embrace it, just as it is. You feel the tick of the clock again, steady and constant. But now it is not something that pulls at you, something that rushes you forward. It is simply there, a quiet companion, moving in its own way, reminding you that time is not a force to conquer, but a part of life, something to move with. The room around you slowly begins to feel more alive, more vibrant. The air feels a little warmer, the faint sound of the world outside filtering back in, like the soft rustle of leaves in a gentle breeze. The stillness remains, but it's no longer an absence of time. It's the presence of time, quiet, peaceful, constant, flowing. Without hurry, without rush, you take another deep breath, and as you do, you begin to feel the passage of time in a new way. It is not the frantic march of minutes, not the relentless countdown of seconds. It is simply this moment, and that moment is enough. The need to stop time, to freeze it, begins to fade. You realize that stopping time is not the answer. The answer is in moving with it, in experiencing it as it is, in allowing it to unfold gently, without fear, without need. You are here, in this moment, fully present, fully alive. The world around you continues, yes, but it is no longer a race. Time is not a countdown. Time is a dance, and you are part of that dance, moving in rhythm with it, feeling the ebb and flow of time as it carries you forward, step by step, moment by moment. And in that realization, you begin to understand the beauty of time. It is not something that needs to be stopped or controlled. It is something to be experienced, to be felt, to be allowed to move at its own pace. You are not rushing toward an end. You are simply here, in the now, in the flow of time, moving with it, breathing with it, living with it. The clock continues its gentle tick, each second unfolding like a soft breath. And you, in this quiet moment, are part of it. You are part of time, part of the flow, part of the eternal dance that moves through the universe. You are no longer chasing after it. You are no longer trying to stop it. You are simply moving with it, and in that you find peace. Peace. You step into the library, the air rich with the scent of old paper and worn leather. The walls stretch high above you, lined with bookshelves that seem to go on forever, their contents filling every corner of the room. Each book is unique, its cover worn and faded, some with edges curling as though they've been loved for generations. The soft light that filters through the tall windows casts long shadows across the floor. But the shadows are not dark, they are gentle, soft, inviting you deeper into the quiet of this place. The library is silent, but not empty. It is filled with the whispers of stories, of knowledge, of dreams that have been preserved in ink and paper, just waiting to be discovered. As you move deeper into the room, you feel the weight of the stories around you, stories that have waited for the right moment, the right reader, to bring them back to life. The books are not in a hurry. They do not call out for attention. They simply rest, waiting for you to approach them, waiting for you to notice the quiet wisdom they hold within. You reach for a book on a nearby shelf. Its cover is soft, worn by time, and as you open the pages, you find the words are not just written, but felt. Each page you turn carries a story, not just of events, but of moments, soft, fleeting moments that linger in the quiet corners of your mind. The words are gentle, like a whisper, and as you read, you feel them sink into you, not in a rush, but in a slow, peaceful rhythm, like a soft melody that wraps around you. You close the book, not because you're finished with it, but because you've felt it. You've absorbed the quiet wisdom it holds, and you know that you can come back to it whenever you need to. There is no rush in the library, no need to race through the pages or check the clock. There is only the gentle unfolding of time, where every page you turn leads to another, and each story you read brings you a little closer to understanding, to peace. The shadows in the library seem to shift with you, always at the edge of your vision, always present but never overwhelming. They do not lurk in the corners, waiting to frighten you. Instead, they hold a certain kind of comfort, like old friends who are always there, quietly watching over the room, guiding you from one shelf to the next. The shadows seem to move with a purpose, as though they too are part of the story, part of the rhythm of this space. They are not separate from the light. They are part of it, offering contrast, offering depth, offering a place to rest your eyes. You wander through the aisles, touching the spines of the books, reading their titles in a soft whisper. Some are familiar, others are foreign, but all of them hold a quiet promise, the promise of knowledge, of discovery, of moments that have been captured in time and now rest between the pages. Each book is like a lantern, lighting the way to something new, something hidden in the quiet spaces of your mind. You pull another book from the shelf, and this one feels different. It is heavier in your hands, its pages thick with the weight of time. As you open it, you feel the presence of something ancient, something that has been waiting for you, waiting to share its wisdom. The words are written in a language that feels both familiar and foreign, as if they've been waiting for you to understand their meaning, to feel their rhythm. You read slowly, letting the words wash over you, letting them sink into your mind without haste, without the need to understand everything at once. The pages seem to stretch out before you, like a path that goes on forever, winding through time and memory. You realize that there is no end to the library, no final book, no last page. It is endless, infinite, filled with stories and knowledge that can be explored at your own pace, in your own time. There is no rush here. There is only the peaceful unfolding of thought, the gentle rhythm of reading, the quiet wisdom that comes when you allow yourself to be present, to let the words come to you slowly, gently. You close the book, but not because you're finished with it. You close it because, for now, you have absorbed what you needed from it. The stories will still be there, waiting for you, and you know you can return to them whenever you need to. There is no hurry in the library. The books do not demand your attention. They simply offer it, gently, patiently, waiting for you to take them in, one page at a time. You look around the room, taking in the shelves of books, the soft glow of the light, the shadows that move gently with the breeze. The air is still, thick with the quiet beauty of the space. The library, like the books it holds, does not rush. It exists at its own pace, in its own rhythm, and it asks nothing of you except to be present, to be here, to listen. As you stand there, surrounded by the gentle shadows, you realize that time moves differently in the library. There is no clock. There is no ticking second that pulls you forward. There is only the present moment, unfolding as it will, like a book waiting to be read. The quiet of the room allows you to hear the rhythm of time, not as a relentless march forward, but as a slow, peaceful unfolding. A story that is never truly finished, but always being told, one page at a time. And in that moment, you understand something profound. The library of gentle shadows is not just a place of books. It is a place of reflection, of quiet contemplation, of moments that exist outside the rush of life. Time, here, is not measured by the ticking of a clock, but by the turning of pages, by the unfolding of stories, by the slow, steady rhythm of thought and memory. You smile softly, feeling the weight of the moment, the stillness of the space around you. There is no hurry, there is no rush, there is only this gentle, quiet moment, this peaceful walk through the library, this soft dance with the shadows. And you know in that moment that you can stay here forever, moving at your own pace, reading at your own rhythm, feeling the wisdom of the library seep into you, like the quiet glow of the lanterns that light your way. The wind blows softly through the window, its cool breath barely disturbing the air. You are sitting in a quiet room, bathed in the soft light of a single candle flickering in the center of the room. The flame dances, swaying gently in the breeze, casting long shadows that stretch across the walls. The room feels alive with the movement of the flame, yet it is a stillness that doesn't demand attention. It is a quiet movement, a peaceful rhythm, like the wind itself, like time itself, moving with grace and purpose. You watch the candle, its light, soft and steady, flickering but never fading. The wind whispers around the edges of the room, pulling at the flame, causing it to sway. But the flame does not go out. It bends, it dances, but it stays. It is not the kind of flame that is easily extinguished. It holds its ground, steady in the face of the breeze, its light a small but constant presence in the dark. As you watch, you feel something stir within you. The candle's flame feels like a reflection of your own light. You, too, have faced winds that tried to pull you in every direction. You, too, have felt the world push against you, urging you to bend, to break, to lose your way. But like the candle, you have not gone out. You have swayed, you have bent, but you have stayed. You are still here, steady, in the face of whatever comes your way. The wind blows again, but it is no longer a force that threatens to extinguish the light. It is a reminder, a soft, gentle reminder that life is always in motion, always shifting, always changing. The wind will come, and the flame will bend, but it will remain. The candle's flicker becomes more than just light, it becomes a symbol, a beacon of resilience, of steadiness in the face of the unknown. You sit quietly, letting the warmth of the candle wash over you, feeling its light fill the room, filling the space around you. The world outside the window may be full of noise and movement, but here, in this stillness, you find peace. The flame flickers, but it is not afraid. The wind whispers, but it does not push. There is only the light, steady and true, moving with the rhythm of the wind, bending but never breaking. And in that moment, you realize that you, too, are like the candle. You are the light, steady and constant, even in the face of the winds that blow through your life. You may bend, you may sway, but you do not go out. You continue, glowing softly in the quiet night, holding your ground, even when the world around you shifts. You are the light in the dark, the steady flame that never fades. No matter how strong the wind may blow, the candle's light continues to dance, casting long shadows on the walls. But its flame remains constant, like a heartbeat. In the night, you breathe deeply, allowing the quiet of the room to fill you, allowing the peaceful rhythm of the candle to settle into your soul. There is no rush here, no pressure, only the gentle dance of light and wind. The world moves outside the window, but inside you are safe, you are steady. You are the flame that will never go out. You watch the flame for a long while, lost in its gentle dance, feeling the stillness settle deeper into your bones. The wind continues to blow, soft and constant, but it no longer feels like a force to fear. It is simply a part of the world, a part of the rhythm of life. And as the candle flickers, you realize that the wind is not something that can extinguish you. It is simply something that moves with you, something that bends with you, something that reminds you to stay grounded, to stay true to the light within. You close your eyes for a moment, breathing in the calm, the stillness, the gentle movement of time. The flame flickers once more, but it does not go out. It continues to dance, steady in the quiet wind, steady in the calm, and you, like the candle, continue to glow. You continue to shine, steady and true, bending but never breaking, moving with the rhythm of the wind, moving with the rhythm of life. The world may be full of winds that blow, of challenges that seem too strong to face, but like the candle, you are unshaken. You are the light in the darkness, the steady flame that will always burn. And with each flicker of the candle's flame, you are reminded that no matter how strong the winds may blow, you will always find your way back to the light. You find yourself standing at the edge of a bridge. It stretches out before you, wide and sturdy, its surface smooth and inviting, as if it's been waiting for you to step onto it for a long time. The bridge is beautiful, its design simple but elegant, made of stone and wood that have aged gracefully with time. But as you look ahead, you realize something unusual. It doesn't lead to anything. The bridge doesn't curve toward a distant horizon. It doesn't reach a destination. Instead, it simply stretches out into the distance, and at the far end, it disappears into the soft fog that surrounds it. For a moment, you hesitate. A bridge, by its very nature, is supposed to lead somewhere, isn't it? It is meant to connect one place to another, to take you from here to there. But this bridge doesn't do that. It has no beginning and no end that you can see. It simply exists, a path in the middle of nowhere, and yet, as you stand before it, you feel a quiet pull. There is something inviting about it, something comforting in its simplicity. It's not about where the bridge leads. It's about the act of walking across it. You take a step forward. The sound of your footsteps is soft against the stone. And as you move along the bridge, you feel the calm settle deeper into you. The air is cool and still, and you begin to wonder, why does it matter where the bridge leads? Does it really matter if it goes anywhere at all? Perhaps the journey itself, the act of walking across it, is the purpose. Maybe the meaning isn't in the destination, but in the movement, in the quiet pace of your steps, in the way you are present with each footfall as you continue walking. The fog grows thicker, but it doesn't feel ominous. Instead, it feels like a soft embrace, a gentle reminder that not everything needs to be clear, not everything needs to have an answer. The bridge seems to dissolve into the mist, and you realize that this path you are on isn't meant to be understood with your mind. It's meant to be felt, experienced, lived. You don't need to know where the bridge ends. You don't need to know if it even has an end. All that matters is that you are walking it. The bridge, with its quiet stillness, becomes a metaphor for the journey itself. How often do we get caught up in the idea that every step we take must lead somewhere? How often do we feel the pressure of needing to reach a destination, to know exactly where we're going? But here, on this bridge, there is no destination. There is only the movement, the steady rhythm of walking, the gentle flow of time as it carries you from one moment to the next. You pause for a moment and look down at the stone beneath your feet. The bridge is ancient, worn smooth by countless footsteps, by the passage of time. And yet, it feels as if it is made for this moment, for this journey, for you. It is not concerned with where you are going. It is simply there to support you as you take each step, to offer you a path when you need it, a way forward. Even if that way doesn't lead anywhere in particular, you continue walking, feeling the soft rhythm of your breath, the steady beat of your heart as you move across the bridge. The fog swirls around you, but you no longer mind. It is not an obstacle. It is simply part of the experience, part of the journey, adding to the mystery, adding to the peace. The world beyond the fog may be waiting for you, but for now, the only thing that matters is the bridge, the path beneath your feet, the quiet flow of time as it carries you forward. There is something beautiful in the uncertainty of it all. The bridge doesn't tell you where to go. It doesn't tell you when you'll arrive. It simply asks you to walk, to trust the journey, to embrace the unknown. And in that trust, you begin to feel a deeper connection to the world around you. A quiet understanding that the destination isn't what defines the journey. The journey defines itself with each step, each breath, each moment that unfolds as you walk. The fog begins to thin, but it's not because you are approaching an end. It's because the journey itself has become clearer. The bridge, which at first seemed like it led to nowhere, is now a symbol of the path you've been walking all along. It has no need to reach a destination because it is already exactly what it needs to be. The stillness of the fog, the gentle rhythm of your steps, the way the world unfolds around you, this is the destination. This is the beauty of the journey. You take another step, and then another, and the bridge continues to stretch out before you, endless and open. The mist parts a little more, revealing more of the world around you, but you don't feel the need to rush toward it. You don't need to know where the bridge ends, because, in this moment, there is no end. There is only the bridge. There is only the path. There is only the peaceful movement of your body through the world, the steady flow of time moving with you each moment as it comes. And as you walk, you understand the bridge doesn't need to lead anywhere. The purpose isn't in the destination. The purpose is in the walking itself. The purpose is in the movement, the steady pace, the quiet rhythm of your breath. The journey, in all its simplicity, is enough. The world beyond the fog may be full of answers, full of destinations, but here, on this bridge, there are no answers, no destinations. There is only the quiet, steady rhythm of your footsteps, and in that rhythm, you find a peace that doesn't need to be explained. It is the peace of the journey, the peace of moving without hurry, without need to reach an end. The bridge is not about where it goes. It is about where you are, right now, in this moment, walking forward. And so, you walk on, not toward an end, but simply toward the next step, the next moment, the next breath. The bridge continues beneath you, steady and true, and you realize that, just like the bridge, you are part of the journey, part of the path, part of the gentle, timeless flow that carries you forward. There are limits in the world, boundaries that exist, not to restrict us, but to guide us. You've felt them before, perhaps in the way the world moves around you, the way your thoughts seem to reach their edges and fall back again. Limits are often seen as barriers, walls that hold us back, keep us grounded, and remind us of our place in the grand scheme of things. But tonight, as you lie in the stillness, you begin to see limits differently. You picture a vast, endless ocean stretching out before you, the horizon far away, unreachable. The ocean is calm tonight, its surface smooth and reflective, like a great mirror holding the sky. You stand at the edge, looking out, and you realize that no matter how far you swim, no matter how hard you try to move forward, there will always be an edge. There will always be a point where you cannot go any further, a limit to how far you can stretch, how far you can reach at first. This realization feels like a disappointment. You imagine yourself diving into the water, trying to swim farther and farther, but always feeling the pull of the horizon, always knowing that no matter how hard you push, you cannot cross it. There is an invisible line, a boundary that separates you from what lies beyond, and no matter how hard you try, you cannot breach it. But as you stand there, in the quiet of the night, something shifts. The limit no longer feels like a barrier. It feels like a part of the journey. The ocean is vast, yes, but so is the sky, stretching above you in all its glory. There is no need to cross the horizon to reach the end of the ocean, because the journey itself, the movement across the water, is enough. The limit is not something to be conquered. It is something to be understood, something to be embraced. You realize that limits, like the ocean's horizon, are not meant to be fought against. They are meant to teach us something, to show us where we are, to help us find our place in the world, the horizon is not a wall, not a final destination. It is a reminder that there is always more to discover, always more to experience, but only as we move through the present, as we take each step with patience, with acceptance in life. We often find ourselves yearning for more. We want to break through the limits, to stretch beyond what we know, to reach for the impossible. But in this quiet moment, as you stand at the edge of the ocean, you see that the limit is not a curse. It is a part of the rhythm of life, a rhythm that moves with us, around us, and through us. The ocean, with its horizon always just out of reach, reminds you that the journey itself is what matters. The steps you take, the moments you experience, the things you learn along the way, that is where the meaning lies. You take a deep breath, feeling the cool air fill your lungs, and you let it go, letting the ocean's quiet rhythm carry you forward. There is no need to reach the end. There is no need to cross the limit. All that matters is moving gently, patiently, with the current, with the flow. You are not defined by the limits you cannot cross. You are defined by the way you move within them, by the peace you find in accepting them. The ocean continues to stretch before you, vast and endless, but now, instead of feeling small, you feel connected to it. The horizon is no longer a place to reach for. It is simply a part of the landscape, a part of the view, a part of the rhythm of the world. You are not limited by it. You are with it, moving at your own pace, moving in harmony with the world around you. The limits in life are not always meant to be crossed. Some limits are there to protect us, to guide us, to show us when to stop, when to pause, when to rest. You do not need to break through every barrier, to overcome every obstacle. Sometimes the true meaning comes in understanding where you are, accepting where you are, and knowing that the journey is just as important as the destination. You sit by the edge of the ocean now, watching the waves gently lap against the shore. The horizon is still there, as distant as ever, but it no longer calls to you. It no longer urges you to cross it, to reach it. Instead, you find comfort in the knowledge that it exists. You find peace in the fact that there are limits, but they do not define you. They are simply a part of the natural world, a part of the flow of life, reminding you to move slowly, to appreciate where you are, to find joy in the journey itself. And as you sit there, watching the waves, you realize that the limit is not something that holds you back. It is something that helps you understand your place in the world. It is not a wall that stops you from moving. It is a part of the path, guiding you gently forward, showing you that sometimes there is no need to rush, no need to break through. Sometimes it is enough to simply be, to simply move, to simply live within the limits, with peace in your heart. Imagine for a moment that you are standing at the center of a vast, timeless space. There is no clock ticking, no calendar pages turning, no minutes racing forward to the next hour. In this place, there is no concept of before or after. There is only now this single, infinite moment where time has no grip, no hold. Everything exists in its purest form, without the need for sequence or structure. The past is not a memory, and the future is not a worry. There is only the present, unchanging and eternal. You stand there in the quiet of this moment, and it feels as though the world is holding its breath, waiting. There is no movement, no sound, but the stillness is not empty. It is full of possibility. It is full of life, not rushing anywhere, but simply being. You take a deep breath, and in that breath, you feel time stretch out infinitely, not as a straight line but as a circle, fluid, continuous, and whole. In this place, there is no need to measure time. There is no before or after, only the now. As you stand still, you begin to realize something profound. Without the weight of the past or the pull of the future, you feel lighter, freer. You are not defined by what you have done or what you have yet to do. You are not bound by the expectations of what should come next. All the pressure to move forward, to be somewhere else, to achieve something, begins to dissolve. It is as if the very act of being present in this moment allows everything else to fall away, leaving only the purity of now, without the constraints of before and after. You begin to experience time differently. It is no longer something that pulls you along, something that you race against. It is not a force that pushes you forward. Instead, time becomes a part of you, a part of the world around you. It is not something separate, not something distant. Time is simply here, in the present, with you. It is not rushing, not waiting. It simply is, and you, in this moment, are part of it. There is no need to move faster to reach the end. There is no end. There is only the journey, only the now. The past and the future have no hold on you. There is no need to measure your steps, no need to track your progress. You are not moving toward anything. You are simply here, existing in this moment, experiencing it fully, completely, without the weight of time hanging over you. The world around you begins to shift, but it does not feel like movement. It feels like a deepening of the present. The sky above you is vast, but it does not change. The stars are there, constant, glowing softly, but they do not travel across the sky. They simply are. The air around you is still, yet alive, filled with the hum of existence, the hum of everything being exactly as it is, without need for change, without need for progress. In this moment, you realize that there is no such thing as a past to regret, no future to fear. There is only now, the present moment, that is enough in itself, without needing anything else. The weight of time falls away, and all that remains is this space, this moment, this breath. And in that simplicity, you feel a profound peace. The urgency of life, the constant drive to move forward, to reach the next milestone, begins to fade. You are no longer chasing after the next moment. You are simply here, fully immersed in this one. You look around you again, and for the first time, you see the world without the filter of time. There is no before to shape your perception, no after to shape your expectations. The world simply is, and you are part of it. The beauty of this moment is not in its fleeting nature. The beauty is in its eternity, in the fact that it will never change, because there is no need for it to. It is perfect just as it is. The stillness is not empty. It is full of everything you need. In this moment, there is no rush, no stress, no worry. There is only the now, and in the now, you feel the peace that has always been there, hidden beneath the surface of your thoughts, waiting for you to notice it. Time, in its purest form, is not something that moves or progresses. It is simply a way of being, a way of existing fully in the present, without the burden of the past or the pull of the future. You take another breath, and this time you don't feel the need to measure it. You don't need to hurry to the next breath, to the next moment. You simply breathe, fully and completely, knowing that in this moment, there is nothing to chase, nothing to reach for. Everything you need is here, in this one infinite moment. The world outside the stillness continues. Yes, the stars may continue to move across the sky. The earth may continue to spin. But here, in this moment, there is no need for movement. There is no need for change. There is only now, the only time that truly exists. And as you stand there, breathing in the quiet, you realize that this is enough. This moment is enough. You are enough, just as you are, without the need for anything to come before or after. You are part of the present, part of the eternal now, and that is all that matters. You find yourself aboard a starship, the hum of its engines, a steady, reassuring presence beneath your feet. The lights are dim, soft, like the glow of distant stars, and the air is cool and crisp. Through the wide windows, you can see the vast expanse of space stretching out before you, endless and infinite. The stars twinkle softly in the distance, their light calm and steady, as if they are waiting for you to notice them. The ship moves slowly, gently through the cosmos, its engines purring quietly in the background. Outside the window, the universe seems to stretch on forever. The stars are distant, their light having traveled billions of years to reach you, but they feel so close, so personal, as if they are just beyond your reach. The horizon is not the edge of the world, but the edge of time itself. The place where the past and the future meet, where the journey begins and ends, and yet never really ends. The ship moves forward, but there is no destination. There is no rush. There is only the quiet journey, the steady hum of the ship, and the stars that guide you along the way. You stand by the window, looking out at the stars. The ship moves effortlessly through the vastness of space, and yet it feels like you are floating. There is no gravity pulling you down, no ground beneath your feet to keep you anchored. You are weightless, free, adrift in the endless sea of stars. The vastness of space is not overwhelming, but peaceful, serene, as though it is inviting you to explore, to drift, to move, without the need to know where you are going. The stars outside the window are like old friends, their light constant and eternal. Some are bright, others dim, but all of them are beautiful in their own way. They remind you of how small you are in the grand scheme of the universe, yet how connected you are to everything around you. You are not alone. The stars are with you, and the ship, though it carries you through the infinite, is a part of it all. You feel a gentle connection to the vastness of space, to the rhythm of the universe itself, moving at its own pace, unfolding, slowly and deliberately, like a story being told. You take a deep breath, and as you do, you feel the stillness of space around you. There is no rush, no urgency. There is no need to hurry. Time seems to stretch out in this quiet place, moving more slowly, more gently. The ship continues to glide forward, but you are not concerned with where it is going. You are not focused on the destination. You are focused on the journey, on the peaceful movement through space, on the quiet beauty of the stars that accompany you. The ship is a vessel, yes, but it is also a reminder. It reminds you that the journey itself is what matters. You are not racing to an end. You are moving slowly, steadily, through a universe that is full of wonder, full of mystery, full of infinite possibilities. There is no time to be afraid, no reason to worry about the future. You are here in this moment, drifting gently through the cosmos, a part of the universe, moving in rhythm with it. You look out at the horizon of space, the edge of time, and you realize that it is not a place to reach. The horizon is not something that you must cross, something that you must conquer. It is simply a point, a reminder that the journey will always continue. There is no end, no final destination. There is only the movement forward, the gentle glide through time and space, the steady rhythm of the universe as it unfolds before you. The ship moves forward, but you are not concerned with the speed. It moves at its own pace, and you are content with that. The stars outside the window remain steady, constant, and you feel a sense of peace in their light. You are not in a hurry. There is no need to race toward the horizon. There is no need to measure how far you've gone or how much further you have to go. All that matters is the journey itself. All that matters is the quiet movement, the peaceful passage of time, the gentle flow of space around you. As you stand there watching the stars, you realize that the horizon is not a place to be feared. It is not a boundary that limits you. It is simply a point, a place that reminds you that the journey is endless, that the stars will always be there, that the universe is full of endless possibilities. You are not limited by the horizon. You are free to move with it, to glide with it, to exist in this vast, beautiful space. You close your eyes for a moment, feeling the steady hum of the ship beneath you. The stars continue to move, but you are not watching them. You are feeling them, feeling the vastness of space in your soul, feeling the quiet rhythm of the universe in your heart. The horizon is still there, but it no longer feels distant. It feels like part of you. You are moving with it, flowing with it, a part of the endless journey through time and space. And as you open your eyes once more, you smile softly, realizing that the journey itself is enough. The stars are enough. The ship is enough. The horizon, no matter how far away, is enough. There is no need to hurry. There is no need to race to the end. All that matters is this moment, this peaceful journey through the stars, this gentle passage through the universe. And in that realization, you feel at home, weightless, free, drifting through the infinite space around you. You sit by a window, the world outside quiet and still, bathed in the soft glow of twilight. The sky is a deep, rich blue, fading into the first whispers of night. There is a calmness in the air, a stillness that invites reflection. And as you sit there, you feel the weight of time slowly loosen its grip on you. For the first time in what feels like a long while, you realize that time is not a fixed thing. It is not a strict, unyielding force that moves in one direction. It is fluid, flexible, and, in its own way, personal. You close your eyes and begin to imagine something different. Imagine, for a moment, that you are standing on the edge of a vast, cosmic landscape. The stars stretch out before you, endless and bright, their light having traveled for billions of years to reach you. You are at the center of the universe, yet you feel no urgency, no need to rush. The universe itself seems to move at its own pace, each star, each planet, each celestial body moving in its own time, following its own rhythm, and you standing in the center of this vast expanse are a part of it. You too are moving through time, but your experience of it is different. Time is not the same for you as it is for the stars. You experience it differently, in your own way, shaped by your thoughts, your experiences, your moments. Time is not a constant for you. It is a feeling, a perception, something that flows differently depending on where you are, what you're doing, and how you're feeling. As you stand there, you begin to understand something profound. Time, like the stars, moves in its own rhythm. It is not bound by a strict measurement, by a clock or a calendar. It is a living, breathing thing, constantly shifting, constantly changing. In one place, time may seem to move slowly, almost to a halt. In another place, it may rush forward, feeling like it's slipping through your fingers. And yet, both are true. Both are real. Both are parts of the same universe, the same experience of time. You think about your own life, the way time feels so different depending on what you're doing. When you are with loved ones, when you are lost in conversation or laughter, time seems to move effortlessly, as if it is flowing with you, accompanying you on the journey. But when you are waiting, when you are anxious, when you are rushing from one task to the next, time seems to stretch out, each moment feeling heavy, like a weight that you cannot escape. The minutes drag on, and you can't seem to move fast enough to outrun them. But here, in this moment, as you sit by the window, you realize that time is not something to be outrun. It is something to be felt. It is something to be experienced, not measured. Time, in its gentle relativity, moves with you, not ahead of you, not behind you. It moves alongside you, at its own pace, and you have the choice to move with it. You don't need to chase it. You don't need to race toward the next moment. You can simply be in the moment you are in. The more you think about it, the more you realize that time is like a river. It moves at its own pace, flowing gently, carrying you forward, but not pushing you, not rushing you. The river of time does not demand that you hurry. It simply carries you with it, at its own speed, in its own rhythm. And just like the river, you can choose to let yourself drift, to move with the current, to feel the gentle flow of time as it moves alongside you. As you sit there, watching the world outside, you begin to feel the truth of it. Time is not a race. It is not something that moves according to the ticking of a clock. It is something that moves with you, around you, alongside you. And in that realization, you feel a profound sense of peace. You do not need to rush. You do not need to control time. You can simply be in it, moving gently through it, experiencing each moment as it comes. The clock on the wall ticks softly, but it no longer holds power over you. It is simply a reminder that time is passing, but it is not the force that drives. You are the one who moves with time, not against it. You are the one who shapes your experience of it, who feels it in your body, in your thoughts, in your breath. Time is not something that happens to you. It is something you experience, something you flow with, something you feel in your own way. And as you sit in the quiet stillness, watching the stars outside, you feel a deep sense of connection to the universe. You are part of the same flow of time that moves through the stars, through the planets, through the galaxies. You are part of the same rhythm that carries everything forward, and in that connection, you feel the comfort of knowing that time is not something to fear. It is something to be experienced, to be embraced, to be lived. You take a deep breath, and as you do, you realize that the seconds, the minutes, the hours, they are not fixed, they are not constant, they are relative. They are shaped by you, by your experience, by the way you choose to move through them. And in that realization, you feel a quiet peace settle over you. Time is not something that controls you. It is something that flows with you, that moves alongside you. As you journey through life, the stars continue to twinkle outside, their light gentle and constant, and you smile softly. Time, in its quiet relativity, is not something to fight against. It is something to move with, to experience, to breathe in, just like the air around you, just like the universe that stretches out before you. Time is not a race. It is simply a journey, and you are exactly where you need to be. The world is quiet now, quieter than you've ever felt it before. It is the kind of silence that fills the air with possibility, as if the entire universe has paused just for you. You lie in a bed, soft and warm, and as you close your eyes, you realize that there is no clock ticking, no schedule to keep, no moments rushing toward you. In this space, there is no need to measure time. There is no before and after. There is no hurry. There is only now, this single infinite moment where everything is just as it is. Outside, the night stretches on, the stars overhead like tiny lanterns, their light a soft reminder that time, though it may feel absent, is still there, quietly moving in its own way. The world may be turning, the earth spinning, the hours passing, but here, in this stillness, it doesn't matter. You are no longer bound by the ticking of a clock, no longer ruled by the rush of minutes and hours. You are simply here, breathing, existing, floating in the peace of the moment. You think about the clocks you've known, the way they marked the passing of time, the way they divided your life into neat little segments, seconds, minutes, hours, days. But tonight, as you lie in the quiet dark, you realize that the clock is not the keeper of your time. You are the one who moves through the world, through the moments, through the days and nights, at your own pace, in your own rhythm. In the absence of clocks, time becomes something else. It becomes a gentle companion, one that moves with you, not against you. It no longer pushes you forward with its sharp hands, its constant ticking. It simply flows like the air around you, like the rhythm of your breath, like the heartbeat of the universe itself. Time is not something to be controlled. It is something to be felt, something to be experienced, something to move with at your own pace. You take a deep breath, and as you do, you feel the weight of the world lift. There is nothing you need to do. There is nothing you need to hurry to. There is no place to go, no task to finish, no deadline to meet. There is only this moment, this quiet night, this peaceful stillness. You let go of the pressure, of the need to measure, of the need to rush. You are free. You are free to simply be. The night outside is calm, the sky dark and vast, and as you lie there, you realize that time, in its purest form, is not something that moves in sharp ticks and talks. It is something that moves with grace, with fluidity, with gentle rhythm. There is no before and after in this place. There is no yesterday and tomorrow. There is only the eternal now, the moment that stretches out before you, endless and free. You feel the stillness of the night around you, the cool air on your skin, the softness of the bed beneath you. And for the first time, you understand something profound. Time is not a force to be feared. It is not something that can be measured or controlled. It is simply part of the world, part of the rhythm of life. And in the absence of clocks, in the quiet surrender to the moment, you find a peace that has always been there, waiting for you to notice it. You close your eyes again, sinking deeper into the stillness. The world outside may be moving, the stars may be spinning, the earth may be turning, but none of it matters. You are no longer concerned with where time is going. You are no longer bound by its passing. You are simply here in this moment, floating in the peace of the night, where time flows gently around you at your own pace. And as you drift into sleep, you realize that the clock was never the keeper of your time. You always have been. And in this moment, in the night without clocks, you are free to let go, free to live without the need to measure, to rush, to chase after what's next. You are simply here, simply living in the flow of time, at peace with it, at peace with yourself. The night continues, the stars twinkle softly above, and you, lying in the stillness, breathe in the calm of a world without clocks. There is no ticking second, no hands moving across the face of time. There is only you and the infinite. Now,